Well, hello, friends and neighbors. John, your whiskey neighbor here, and happy National Scotch Day. I believe National Scotch Day was actually yesterday, Monday, and it's Tuesday. But I was driving and I couldn't get to a camera. So as soon as I had a moment, I thought, I'll talk a little bit about some Scotch in honor of National Scotch Day. Let's call it Scotch Week. And I thought for sure I had talked about this beautiful little bottle, but I couldn't see it in my feed. So this will be a little bit of tasting notes and thoughts, just sitting out here in my backyard on Bruichladdich. This is their Islay Barley release. This is the 2010 edition. It's a tiny bottle. Hopefully you can see it.
3, 4.
All right, as I said in the intro, I want to talk a little bit of Scotch with you, and this is a really sweet little bottle. And actually, my wife gave it to me, I think, at Father's Day, and I happen to know that this is part of a tasting pack, so there may be future tastings of small little Bruichladdich bottles. Bruichladdich is on Islay, right? And Islay is known for its heavy peat, and they have Port Charlotte, lots of good peat in that. Of course, they're also behind Octomore, monster peat in those bottles. But this Bruichladdich is unpeated, and this one, what makes this little bottle really unique is it is part of their, I was going to say terroir. I think that's, I don't know if they have a terroir series, but this they released to really highlight the local quality of what they're doing, the local climate effects on their whiskey. So here they went to local farms. I think 8 details on their website. Bruichladdich, just hats off to the detail you can find on their website. So on their website, they talk about 8 families they went to grow barley for them. There's 2 types in here. I believe it's Optic and maybe Oxford. I'll put them down below. But 2 types of local barley grown right on Islay. And then, of course, their stills, they talk about trickle distillation, but I just think they're trying to say that they really run their stills slowly. So lots of copper contact, should be able to continue to hold on to a lot of oils. They use only water from Islay as well. So it's local barley on the island, local water on the island, smaller distillery. I think they're really trying to highlight the local quality. This is, distilled in 2010, I believe released in 2017. They say on here 7 aged years in oak casks. So I guess it's a 7-year, it has an age stamp right on this little tasting bottle. It's released at 50%. It's non-chill filtered and it's uncolored. So you can appreciate the, it's kind of a weird light angle at this moment here. So I don't know how well you can see that on the camera, but it's a very light kind of straw, light gold straw color. I think is pretty good, but it's unchill filtered. It's not colored. The casking. It spent most of its time in first fill ex-Bourbon, but sometime in 3 different French dessert wine casks. And I'll put them down below because I don't remember their names. I just think first fill ex-Bourbon, and then some ex-French wine casks. That's as far as I go. If I can get it to stay on here, let's see what we get out of the whiskey itself. I find this nose very expressive. It is sweet, floral, light honey. A bit of spice comes up pretty quick. Definitely orchard fruits. You might think from a Speyside or a Highland, so it's a light, fresh cut fruits. A little bit of lemon already, like citrus of some kind, but light citrus. Some vanillas, sweet vanilla. You know, when I opened it up, my wife, you know, kind of had a nose at it too. She was trying to get at a sweetness, you know, is it beeswax? Like, what is it going on? But she also, it's the kind of nose that when you first go in, you go, oh, I don't know how to quantify that on camera for you, but it speaks to a richness, to a fullness. So there's you know, it's 50%. There's alcohol in here too, so you know it's strong, but it by no means has like an astringent or marker or acetone type alcohol. It's just that it's quite strong. Maybe a slight little bit of hay in there. Of course, it's summer and see a lot of people doing hay. I think though, coming back, is that the strong qualities are light, sweet, fruit, honey, little lemon, some spicing. Yeah, I think that's the core. Nice that the neighbor's air conditioner turned off. See what we get on it. Cheers and happy Scotch Day or Scotch Week. It's a great Scotch. It is at first strong malt, graham cracker, malt sugars. Spicing comes up, not black pepper, but like a wood spicing, an oak spicing. It's coating, so that means in my palate I feel like I'm kind of wanting to chew on it a little bit. It has substance, it has body. Actually, the spicing kind of continued a little bit, and now I could say it's a bit peppery. More in the early finish, or now with the second sip, so I suppose as you continue to have it, it does get a bit peppery. But lemon or citrus, and coming back to the first part, malt, really, but good malt. Finish is a little bit, I should talk longer here to you guys and see if it sticks around. It starts broad because it's got that 50% kind of hug, so it's like kind of opens you up. You know, you've got, oh, that was a big sip. A little bit of char, oak. But it does kind of fade, and there's a slight bitterness for me in the fading. Just on the end, and it starts to get a little tannic. You know, that old tea, a little bit. But I was going somewhere in my mind, I forgot. I would characterize this with that light, fresh fruits, sweetness, lots of malt, pepper. I think that's where I would go. Now, this is one of those scotches that I think are very difficult to actually communicate to you through the camera, because I think of some of the young malts that I've had recently, Central City, the single malt, or Fiddler's Choice from Glen Breton out in Nova Scotia, and they had this real barley, like I'm in the barn barley note. This has a strong malt note, but it's not, I think it speaks, even though it's only 7 years in the casks, I think it speaks to the real freshness of these casks. These casks are active, so that I still feel like I'm getting close to that, clean barley taste, but it's not overwhelmingly grainy, which some of those other younger malts, that's probably a criticism of them. So this scotch, I really hope my wife got the whole taster set. I know that it's been on the shelf for a while, and a local store was selling them separately, so perhaps this is all I'm going to get. But If you see this, like in my area, if you see the taster pack that includes the Islay Barley 2010, and you like really fresh ex-Bourbon, so strong vanillas, light toffee. Yeah, I should have said toffee. But it's not deep caramel. It's just a light Werther's. But anyways, if you like, good clean malt, fresh lemon, fresh fruit, I think you would not be disappointed with this release. It is so good that I know it's hard to find now, but if I do see a bottle of it, I think I will consider it. You know me, I'm always looking for a bargain or a deal. Wow. Well, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful summer day here. Thanks for joining me here in the backyard. I apologize for the various noises, from air conditioning to deck building, but I just wanted to acknowledge National Scotch Day. We'll turn it into Scotch Week, and I hope you have something interesting to appreciate in your glass. You guys have a great week.